Chef Shachi has introduced a new Indian experience in Orange County called Adia. There's also one in Irvine too. It's an authentic Indian restaurant that is a reflection of modern India. The menu revolves around fresh, sustainable ingredients. Of course, she uses only Melissa's. And focuses on contemporary interpretations of Indian street food, tandoori specials, and rich curries. Chef Shachi has a passion for creating innovative and thoughtful menus that's tastefully balanced a variety of flavors, making cuisines appealing to a range of tastes. She's a supporter of our local farmers, as we do, whether it's the Ojai Pixie Tangerines, which is about 2 hours and 5 minutes from this spot to get to Ojai, or Harry's Berries, which is in Oxnard, which is about an hour and 47 minutes from this spot right here. Just an example. And she takes care in the sourcing of all her ingredients, not just the produce there. It carries over, and she's very consistent in regards to that. Born in India, her early family experiences helped her to develop and shape her love of food and appreciation for balance in flavors and in life. Chef Shachi blends Western and Indian cultures to create artful dishes that successfully marry tradition with modern. Now, Chef Shachi.
Thank you. First of all, thank you all for coming. Lots of smiling faces. I love that so many of you have never been here, so welcome. One of the things I like to do with class is we'll go through each of the recipes. I'm going to demo everything. If at any point, if I say something that you're like, I did not hear what you said, or I think that there's a better way to do this, or why did you do this way, we're going to turn the music off so you'll be able to hear me better in a minute or two. Please just feel free to ask your questions. If there's something that is related to Indian food, you have this burning Indian food question in your mind, and it's not related to what I'm doing, it doesn't matter. That's why you're here. Ask the question, because if you're thinking it, there's probably somebody else here that's thinking the same thing and isn't asking it. So, question away. If there's something about my background or personally you'd like to know, this is what we're here for. So we're doing a couple of very simple recipes. Generally for class, I like to pick things that are simple because ideally the point is I want you to be able to make this at home. If you really like it, you should be able to make this at home and it shouldn't be hard. So I try to pick stuff that is easily made at home, but super flavorful. And that's the thing with Indian food. Because we use such a different bunch of spices, even if you use one or two and you change the amounts, maybe you added more cumin than coriander or vice versa, it literally changes the entire dish. So I think we're using minimal spicing in most of them. You can adjust accordingly if you feel like something needs more of something. But we're going to do the pixie tangerines we're doing in the first salad because it's such a good salad. It's so bright and flavorful, and it's spring tomorrow, and it's perfect. So we'll do that one first, and then the next one is a shrimp curry and a young coconut. And that one's sort of like on the best hits list of any class I've ever done. It's just the presentation's pretty amazing. We cook the curry in the coconut, so you get coconut.
Did you say that the shrimp one was the only non-vegan?
Yes.
Okay.
Because of the shrimp. There's no dairy in it, but the shrimp is obviously not vegan. And then the asparagus with steamed lentils and avocado is also something that I came up with because Melissa said, hey, use these steamed lentils. And it's really also, again, really simple and super tasty. And then the last one is the roasted okra. So okra has been kind of like a love-hate relationship, I think, for a lot of people because of slime. Roasting it, which is what we're going to do, kind of helps cut that slime. So I'm going to start with the salad. It's really, technically it's just a lot of knife work, right? But the only thing that we are going to do is roast cumin seeds because we need roasted cumin powder. And anytime you're roasting a spice, you're dry roasting a spice, you don't put any oil in it, in the pan. And you can do it like nuts in the oven, but my fear is that you're going to walk away because you get a phone call or something else happened and you'll forget and you'll come back and it'll be burnt. If you want, you can taste the chaat masala, you can taste the cumin if you want. If a recipe asks you for a roasted spice, don't substitute it with an unroasted, and vice versa. Also, if you already have cumin powder, don't try to toast a powder because it'll burn. So you got to toast the seed. You got to just buy yourself a separate coffee grinder and grind it separately.
What was the other powder?
This one's the chaat masala. That's this.
So is that a masala you like, or what, how is that?
So, in terms of masala, let's talk about the word masala for a little bit. Masala just means a blend of spices. It means that when you say chaat masala, it means that when you say garam masala, it means that when you say chicken tikka masala. So, if you have a masala in your cabinet that says garam masala, don't use it instead of chaat masala because it's a different blend of spices. And they're used for different things. So for example, garam masala, which a lot of you may have or found, the word garam means warm, and it's a blend of warming spices. Chaat masala is brighter, it's usually used raw, so they're different blends for different things. Alright, pixie tangerines. So tasty and so fun.
Regarding the masalas, is there a difference in the characteristics?
Yeah, so most masalas are made up of, let's say, like a pantry of, I don't know, 50, 100 different things, right? But different masalas for different curries. So like in the south, because it's coastal, there's a lot more coconut in their masalas. And they use something called curry leaves, which are not related to curry powder at all. And in the north, you'll find more rich, heavier spices because it's cold, it's snowy, it's like they're using more richer stuff. So like black cardamom, bay leaf, cinnamon, a lot more of that you'll find up north.
And what's your preferred masalas? The northern ones?
Depends on what I'm making. I use different masalas for different things. So again, for us, we make our own blends for everything that we make here, except for chaat masala, that we don't make. But all the other ones, we have a pantry full of the singular ingredients. So we've got coriander and cumin and cinnamon and bay leaf and black cardamom and green cardamom. And then we use those in varying amounts to create a masala for a specific dish.
Is the masala what makes Indian? It's the soul of Indian cuisine, the spices?
Yeah, I think so. That's a good way of putting it. So, I am going to... If you don't have one of these, you should get one right away. They're very, very, very helpful.
It's not files here.
Radishes, we got these beautiful mixed radishes. So whatever kind of radishes you want, you can use. I sliced them on a mandolin, so they're in thin slices. Fennel. So you need to cut the core part of fennel out because you can't eat that core. But you can eat the rest of it. And you want to make sure that they're sort of thinly sliced Because if you're braising fennel or cooking it down slowly, they can be thicker slices, but if it's fresh, you want it to be kind of thin so it's easier to chew. Do you use your chops? Yes, for this I will. For a salad, because they're fun and tasty. I think they add something to the dish. Make it prettier, yeah. And they taste good. You can slice the fennel on a mandolin too, if that's easier, and you already have the mandolin out for the radishes. And then sometimes, like today, this morning I went out and just cut the tops off of the fennel that's in the garden. Because the bottoms aren't ready. So the fennel in the garden, the actual fennel bulbs aren't ready, but the tops are. So I used the tops this morning for your salad. But you want to chop them up small enough so that they're not like long and sticking in your mouth like they'll want to. So make sure they're kind of smaller. And then mint leaves. And then cilantro. So cilantro, I like to use the stems and the leaves. The stems actually have significantly more flavor than the leaves. But again, you want to chop them up small because no one wants to chew on stems. Okay, so I have, for this, I would use good olive oil. So whatever the stuff that you have that's the good stuff, use that because it's a salad. So you're getting the flavor of it, it's adding to your dish. I have, this is an Arbequina olive oil from a farmer's market in LA. But whatever you have.
So it's a first press, like an extra virgin?
It's really, really, really tasty. Olive oil chopped masala. So the reason there isn't any salt in this, in case you're wondering, is because chopped masala is very salty. It's got black salt in it, and that's, if you smell it, that's what gives it that sulfur smell. But it's very salty, so you don't need extra salt. All right. If you're opposed to heat, then you don't have to put the chilies in at all. That's fine. I think they taste good and look pretty. But if they don't taste good to you, then don't put them in. So the other thing with this salad is that it's really pretty, and you can do most of it ahead of time. I'm going to put more juice in here. So you could do all of this part ahead of time, and you can even lay out the tangerines on your platter ahead of time and just put them in the fridge. Well, anyway, I was saying, if you make this later in the winter when you have other citrus, blood oranges and such, it'll be really, really gorgeous. Even more so than now. yet, but my parents already lived here, so I was here when I was less than 6 months old. But in